Let's learn a little bit more about Steve.
I came to the Chico area to go to college. I was born in San Francisco, grew up there, and then later moved to the little town of Fort Bragg, and that was kind of a cultural shock. I grew to love Fort Bragg, and it was a great town to grow up in because there was a lot of work for a guy that was willing to, go out and work in the woods or work in the fish canneries, and that's what paid for the first few years of my college education.
Steve is a truly unique guy. I say that because he's a self-made man. I know very few self-made men. He put himself through, he worked through school, pursued his passion, became an engineer and architect all on his own.
I wasn't the first guy from Fort Bragg to want to go to Chico. Chico had kind of an allure from Fort Bragg, albeit I don't think that my motivation for going to Chico was completely educational. It had a lot to do with beautiful young women and sun, which you don't see a lot of in Fort Bragg. As luck would have it, it was a darn good decision because the education I got at Butte College and then later on at Chico State, I don't feel was second to none. I've worked with people from Ivy League schools and from Stanford, etc. Never once in my career did I ever feel like my education was second rate to theirs. I'm kind of one of the luckier people in that, I always knew or always thought that I wanted to be an engineer. And I loved working with my hands. I liked things mechanical. So it was never really an issue for me as to what I was going to do in life. It was just what kind of engineering was I going to go into.
One of the reasons that I think Steve is deserving of this award is that he's a brilliant guy. A's all through college. He expands that into his work, and he's well known throughout the state for his engineering and his architecture abilities. He is a principal of the Chico office of Nichols, Melberg, and Rosetta. Some of the projects that he was in charge of have been Sierra Nevada Brewery, the Shasta Medical Center parking structure, several projects for Chico State.
Steve Gonsalves and I met in 1986, and in 2007 we built this building that you see in this photograph. His firm designed it, he envisioned it, and his wife Charlene implemented it. The reality of it is that this contribution to the city of Chico happened as a result of what Steve Gonsalves' vision was for downtown.
His very own project that he calls home at 555 Main Street is, I believe, the first live-work mixed-use project in Chico. This is the type of project that all city planners throughout the state want to see in their community.
He's also deeply committed to the community. The Boys and Girls Club have benefited from his leadership, as well as the entire downtown, and with his vision of what's possible in downtown Chico.
I've always thought that you needed to give back to the community that's been good to you, and Chico's been very, very good to me. There's been a number of things that are near and dear to me. One is job creation. I've been involved in the Chico Economic Planning Corporation for 20 years, and now we've kind of morphed that organization into Innovate North State. And the other thing that I think, another organization that I dearly love is the Boys and Girls Club. So important for young people that aren't necessarily coming from the best of situations from their home life to have a place where they can go and be a part of something.
I'm very proud to be able to call Steve Gonsalves a true friend of mine. And he really is a true friend, somebody that I know I can always count on. Congratulations, Steve. This is a well-deserved recognition.
I'm thoroughly excited to not only nominate him for such a great award, but also see that he actually receives it, and it's well-deserved, and congratulations.
Well, it truly is an honor to have your alma mater recognize you as being a distinguished alumnus. The only thing I can say for Butte College is, well, you've been around for, what, 40-something years now, right? You're getting pretty far down on the depth chart, to come to me. I deeply appreciate the honor, and I am honored by it, but I think maybe you've lost touch with some of your alums that are a whole lot more deserving than me.